Hello, and welcome back. And of course, this is the time for our next chat,
And
right?
actually my first talk show with you, Tommy.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, guys, nowadays many young generations are concerned in issues related to education, environment, social, and disabilities, and their role is deemed key to achieve equality for minorities and underprivileged community.
That's right, and our guest today is Satunesia, a community that involves youth activism in social movement. They specialize in orchestrating socially impactful initiatives focusing on the environment, education, and people with disabilities.
Yes, and Satunesia also initiated a program called Suara dalam karya, which empowers deaf artists to become more independent and make a living through their works. And joining us today is Satunesia founder Muhammad Andreza, who will share about youth activism and their positive impact on social, educational, and environmental sectors, as well as people with disabilities.
Yes, and we'll also hear some stories from Sabia Nugrahani, who is one of Satunesia's deaf artists. So good morning, guys. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Good morning to you guys also.
All right, so now first from Andre, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about Satunesia and why is it stand out from other like campaign or activities?
Satunesia background is basically a community, but we're trying, our majority program is basically, the makers are majority from youth people. So we're trying to make a social movement that can sustain, not just some regular social activity. So we're trying to make from the youth people and the impact of the socials that can make a difference in significant difference of public.
All
I
right,
see.
okay.
Well, okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, Satunesia itself is divided into two groups, it being one as an enterprise and one being an NGO community. Is that right?
Yep, it's correct. So, because our background is community, it's kind of hard to make. We're trying to make a scheme or the ecosystem of sustainability social entrepreneurship. What is it? It's kind of like we're making. We don't want to like making a program that requires donation or something like that. So we're trying to make, my background is kind of business, right? So we're trying to make a sponsorship value, a media value for Satunesia, so our sponsors or our investor can feel the significance of benefit in material. So that's why we trying to make the enterprise, so control the legal, the administration, and the movement is fully from community.
Okay.
Basically, it's kind of two different ecosystem, two different parts in one ecosystem that can support each other.
All right, two different parts in one ecosystem. So
Yep.
can you tell us more about the programs that you've been developing so far?
Our social movement program is basically like making a running session with thalassemia, people with thalassemia movement, and our latest program is Suara dalam karya. It's basically a deaf artist incubator, fully with workshop. So we're trying to make, because our pillars we have three pillars: is disability, environment, and education. So we're trying to make hold that three pillars in one program. So we call it Suara dalam karya. Basically, we're trying to educate our deaf artists so they're more competent and they're more ready in the ecosystem in art right now.
Wow,
All right, okay.
And now speaking of Suara dalam karya, it's such an interesting program, Andre. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about the background? What inspired you to start this program, specifically working with deaf artists? And can other people with other disabilities also join?
Yeah, okay. So from why the background of art? So maybe I tell you a little bit backstory. So I have two mentors in art. The first one is Mr. Adrian Zakari. He introduced me about the beauty of the art, the value of it, and he introduced me to the owner of Gallery Zen 1, Mr. Nicholas Guswanto. He's been fully back up the Suara dalam Karya program. So what I learned from art is the art in this era is so much different from latest era.
Okay.
So we're right now we have contemporary art, basically in creativity, visualism, and when we try to bring it to social, by research, by Satunesia research, the most visualism disability is from the deaf person.
Okay.
They have more visual, they have more focus better than us. So I try to combine what is the best stimulate for them and the best place to you can put it right through it about your creativism. So there is art and there is deaf. Is there any disabilities can join? In public, yes. But if you want to in the workshop or more significant impact, I think the deaf people, the deaf friends, have more capabilities in it,
Okay.
and they have a lot to explore in art.
So they can join other programs, per
Yeah,
se.
yes.
Okay.
All right, so how many artists have joined your program and how do you select them?
The first is 500, and when we created it by the educator, the gallery, and then our curator also, until they become 10 people, because we have to maintain the educator also, and we have JBE also, right here, right? So we can maintain the workshop very well to them.
But that's a huge number to fly
Yes.
for your mission here.
Yeah.
So you curated their art form
Yeah.
until you have 10
Finalists,
artists.
10%.
Okay.
Okay, so wow, 10 from 500. And Andre, what benefits do these artists get from this program specifically?
The benefits for deaf artists is they have more material and more significance stimulate of their
Right.
passion. Like,
Right.
I think Sabia maybe has a lot of stories to tell you
Right.
later.
Okay.
But for me, I want to tell the world that our deaf friends have a lot of potential in design,
Yeah.
in creativity, so they can make a lot of
Yeah, it's literally a blank canvas for
Yeah.
their creativity.
something like that.
So
Blossom.
this is actually Sabia's creation. Is it true?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
that's
Okay, now I would like to ask Sabia now. How did your story actually goes with Satunesia? Can you tell us about your journey?
So the first thing that I look up every day is the social media. So when I look at the social media, and Satunesia has this program called Suara dalam Karya, because I have a background for art, and eventually I would come up and register to Satunesia, and also when I joined the Satunesia workshop, I see that so many deaf friends that are joining this event. So it makes me feel like more motivated to place my art, to do my artwork in the workshops that done by Satunesia, and also the mentors in Satunesia were so great in educating me and also in teaching me a lot of art style and work, and also because it's also one of my motivations to be more explored through my art forms, like that.
Wow, that's amazing. And Sabia, maybe you could also share with us the things that you learned and achieved personally when you joined this program.
after I'm joining this event, in this program with Satunesia, I certainly have more knowledge and more understanding about art forms and also art styles, and also I have gained many friends that are joining into this deaf artist world, and also I have after the exhibition was done, I have some initiatives to teach some young people and some students of mine about art. The students are hearing and also share some of my friends that to motivate them to be more creative and be more dive into the art world, and also don't ever give up to reach for the stars. So like that.
And speaking about art form, this is your creation. Can you tell us, is there any title for this, and what's the story behind this painting?
So these are from I titled it so in the artwork is that there is my own characters that I made it myself, and also she seems to be interacting with an astronaut.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's also means that this is my hope for the deaf people, or maybe myself, to reach for the stars like the astronauts did, and also the astronaut give some kind of balloons that are shaped like Earth and planets and stuff for me. So the giving means that we need to be also down to earth. So reach for the stars and also to be down to earth.
Because if you see this, it's so colorful.
It's so colorful,
great.
it's so lively.
Love it.
It really is full of such creativity and imagination. I mean, it's an amazing painting, Sabia. And I can see Andre at the back just smiling and super proud of one of his amazing artists. But Andre, I'd like to go back to you for a second here and ask more about Satunesia, because I'm generally very interested. And you mentioned that you don't take donations, rather investments.
Yep.
And that's why there's the enterprise to the community.
Yep.
Can you tell us more about that investment section? And maybe, you know, if there's some of us here that's really interested to invest, how can we explore that?
The most investment part in Satunesia is basically like a sponsorship.
Okay.
So when we go to our sponsors, we trying to tell them we're gonna make a social movement or social program, but we're gonna give you something too. And what do you want? Basically, our sponsors demand like media coverage.
Yeah.
Want to attract traffic towards them. So mainly our sponsor, we giving back to them the KPI in there.
Okay.
So we kind of like publish them in journal, in media, or maybe like social media platform. We give gratitude towards, and yeah, their social media is booming too, not just ours.
So it can be given, the investments can be done from any industry.
Many industry.
Okay.
All right. And Suara dalam Karya is one of your programs.
Yep.
Is it a routine program? And do you have any other routine program in your project?
Because we are basically a community, we're trying to make whole different program. But if we're talking about Suara dalam Karya is more like a movement. It's a breakthrough. So we're trying, whole the painting is selling for their economy, for their support, like SME, and we're trying to make continuation of Suara dalam Karya throughout, possibility like Sabia making a design, or maybe our deaf friends artists making a mural, something like that. So we're trying to make, this is the portfolio in Suara dalam Karya, this is a deaf artist, we can elaborate to anything you want to be, as long as creativity and design. something like that.
Okay, so it's a movement.
Yes, it's a
Now, Andre, one last question before we wrap up. Maybe share with us any upcoming projects, programs, or maybe even within this movement itself, or maybe the plans that you have for Sabia further as an artist. What's next for you guys?
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna spill it a little bit. So, Satunesia and Sabia is gonna make with ayobantu.com like a jersey running, a jacket, and the designer is from here, from Sabia, fully from Sabia. We're trying to give the material to support what she needs.
Any volunteers that can join your program here?
Yeah. For the participant of, because we're background community, everyone can join.
Okay.
Everyone can join, can collaborate. What do you want? What do you need? What do you want to make? We're gonna support it 100 fully.
Okay, and where can we reach you guys? Any socials or?
Yes, you can reach out on Instagram at official Satunesia, or and in TikTok also, so you can watch it. So if you want to join us, please do hit us through our DM.
Okay, official Satunesia.
Official Satunesia.
All right, all the best, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Sabia.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, after the break, we'll come back with more updates, so stay tuned.